And in the red corner, Sornchai, Sidmonchai. He's 17 years of age, started fighting his 11. He's 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighs in today at 104 pounds. His record, 26 fights, 5 losses and 8 draws. And in the blue corner, Sakamarn, 17 years of age, started fighting his 11. He's 5 feet 2.5 inches tall, weighs in 104 pounds, 22 fights for 6 losses only and 10 draws. Well, there the fighters are to the sound of the Ramue. Onto his knees now is Chain Sakamarn. And there in the red corner, onto his knees for the wire crew is Sornchai, Sidmonchai. You can see there in the blue corner, Chain extending his arms now as he goes from the Ramue dance form. Moving up, and he'll stand up very shortly, but there beside him now, getting up first, is Sornchai in the red. Chain still stands down as he completes his soft form of the Ramue pre-fight dance. No set time for how long this traditional manoeuvre does take place. It's up to the individual discretion of the fighter. And for those that are regular viewers of Muay Thai, those that follow this traditional sport very close can glean from the Ramue dance the outcome of the contest, which will be determined over 5 rounds of Muay Thai. But this is the classic Ramue dance form, and there in the red corner is Sornchai, showing his style, which is different to that of Chain in the blue corner. And Chain's now completed his Ramue. He's wearing the familiar garland flowers around his neck, and there on top of the crown, of course, is the Moncon. The Moncon is the crown, the sacred crown of the Muay Thai fighter. It's blessed by 7 Buddhist temples before it is worn by the fighter. The actual Moncon is not owned by the fighter. It's the possession of his training camp. And there in the corner is the training camp of Sornchai, and there the Moncon been removed from Chain, as is the garlands. The referee will now call them in, and action will start for 10 rounds of Muay Thai. 10 rounds, it's 3-minute rounds, as in traditional international boxing, with a 2-minute break between each round. Scheduled for 5, round 1 here. Moving in, taking up the pace early in the round is Sornchai, backing Chain onto the ropes. Hard kick there by Chain, responding to the first attacking roundhouse by Sornchai in the red. Chain responded very quickly to Sornchai, but Sornchai still moving in. Lets fly with a roundhouse kick, and then comes in punching. Sornchai putting pressure on Chain very early in this contest. There's Sornchai in the red, pacing, slaps out the roundhouse to the leg, and then comes in, leg grab into the grapple. And now the two fighters settle in for some hard conditioning of the grapple. Tests the strength of the fighter, and it's still Sornchai attacking leg kick, and there's a hard kick to the ribs there by Chain, responding to the aggression of Sornchai. There's a good hard solid leg kick there by Chain in the blue, and now Sornchai comes to lefts and rights as the bell sounds to end a rather hectic first round. Normally in Muay Thai the first round is a little bit slow, but on this occasion both fighters were going in hard in this first round. And there's that roundhouse to the body was taken on the forearm by Chain, and there's Chain coming back with a hard kick to the body himself, and you see the way he extended up his shin there, did Chain, to block that hard kick, and that's classic Muay Thai, the way in which the shin is used as a shield to protect against blows. The shin being the hardest bone of the body, takes up the task of a shield. Now it's Sornchai tacking hard onto Chain. Chain being backed into the corner as Sornchai going in hard now, looking for a knockdown if he can with punches and kicks. Comes in hard again with lefts and rights, grabs the leg of Chain, and now settles into some hard grappling. And now he goes back to hard punches, kicks to the legs, another kick to the inside the thigh, and Sornchai on the attack here in round 2. Sornchai punching hard, grabs the leg, forcing Chain back into the ropes. Grapple being applied by Sornchai. In with the knees he goes, but there's a hard knee in response by Chain. And Chain now starting to settle down to Sornchai's very aggressive moves here in the second round. And Chain been forced to take defensive action by using his knees to thwart the attack of Sornchai in the red. Referee breaks the grapple when there's no action. Sornchai immediately go back on the attack again, forcing Chain back onto the ropes. There's a good knee there by Chain, and Sornchai will need to be a little bit careful because Chain's starting to get his knees working very hard now, and really would be putting a lot of hurt into those moves as he moves on to Sornchai in a counter knee attack against the aggression of Sornchai in the red. There's the knees of Chain. He's really starting to settle in now, and now he's taking up the attack against Sornchai. Well, Chain is certainly impressive once he gets his knees moving. There he goes again, Chain forcing Sornchai back, and Sornchai looks in a bit of trouble now as Chain really puts on the pressure with those knee drives into the grapple. And this is where Chain's knees will strike home the advantage. As you can see there, as he's powering in the knees every opportunity he gets. Chain in the blue, Sornchai in the red. First round and a half was a sheer aggression by Sornchai, but now Chain is starting to drive home those knees, and that will no doubt be the tactics he shall employ as this fight progresses. You'll see the knees against the punching power, and Chain did look very impressive once he got his knees working. And that's an ominous sign to Sornchai, who really did not know how to handle those knees once Chain got moving. There it is, the knee attacks of Chain. Hard knees, pummeling home the advantage to Chain in the blue corner. Now Sornchai is going to have to be very careful as we move into round 3 that he doesn't get in too close to those knees, because those knees of Chain are quite devastating. Chain really does need to stand back and use long-range kicks, because once he gets into the grappling, Chain has the answers with those hard knees. That's better work there by Sornchai, keeping away from the knees. Sornchai on the attack, grabs the leg of Chain. Chain responds with an elbow. Watch out for the knee, here it comes. Chain sinks the knee in onto Sornchai. Sornchai on the attack against Chain. Chain stands back and lands a hard roundhouse to the body. Sornchai moving on to him again. Hard roundhouse to the body by Chain in response to the attack by Sornchai. Well, Chain is starting to fight very smart at the moment. He's not really giving Sornchai much of a chance here. He's been picking his attacks when he kicks, And then once he gets into the grappling, he uses his strength, and he's got those devastating knees. The weapon of the knees he uses with great effect. So Chain here in round 3 is really starting to get on top of Sornchai, who's, despite the fact that Sornchai has been the aggressor for 99% of this fight, Chain has been more effective with his strikes. As you can see here, he's really picking his mark, and Sornchai is starting to let this fight slip behind him a little bit. Sornchai attacking on the Chain again. Chain breaks the attacking move and stands back. He's quite happy to be a counter attacker, is Chain. A hard roundhouse to the body by Chain. That one really got through the defence of Sornchai. Sornchai grabs the leg and then forces Chain down, and he gets a warning from the referee for throwing illegally. Judo throws, trips are not Muay Thai, and the fighters will be penalised if they use any measure that affects the kicks and knees of the Muay Thai fighter. Now look, Chain is really starting to drive in hard with those knees. Looking very, very impressive is Chain on the attack. And the round ends for round 3, and I'm sure that Sornchai was very glad to hear that bell sound, because Chain was starting to get those knees working. Here's Chain in full flight. Let's fly with a roundhouse kick. In with the knee, beautifully executed inside the thigh. That one really hurt. Then comes in hard punching onto Sornchai. And really, Sornchai is at a loss what to do against Chain in full flight here. Muay Thai. Well, been a very interesting fight. The first round certainly was Sornchai's. Second round, Chain came back, and I gave that third round certainly to Chain. It was a much more effective, particularly with these knees, when the fight got in close. So Sornchai really needs to do something in round 4 to upset the rhythm of Chain, particularly in close quarters when his knees are devastating. Sornchai on the attack. Deep push kick by Chain, forcing Sornchai back. Good knee again by Chain. Hard roundhouse to the body by Chain. Watch out for those knees. Watch out for Chain when he gets his knees moving. Hard roundhouse by Chain. Watch out for the knee. Really, Sornchai doesn't have much answers for Chain. He's got this fight. Oh, a hard deep push kick. That was an example of a fighter who is really on top when he confidently lets out with those deep push kicks. And now Chain prepared to use his elbow. Oh, what a fancy kick that one was. Sornchai falls to the canvas. Chain, the master of this fight here in round 4, piling on the points advantage. Into the grapple, watch the knees, there it goes. Hard roundhouse to the body by Chain. Desperation, clinging now by Sornchai. But you've got to give full marks to Sornchai for courage. He's taking a pummeling here from Chain in this round, but he hasn't taken a backward step, and here he goes again on the attack. But the counter kicks by Chain are certainly giving him the points advantage. Uppercut attempt there by Sornchai. Punches there by Sornchai, but watch the response by Chain. There on that occasion, Chain was warned for putting his hand over the ropes to use it as a resting prop. Now into the grapple, elbow thrown by Sornchai. That was better. That put some pressure on the Chain. Chain now moving on to Sornchai. Roundhouse lefts and rights by Chain. Sornchai comes in, but there goes the bell to end round 4. Well, after 4 rounds, Chain is poised to take off this fight, and there he is, the confidence of a man who's in full flight, and that was a magnificently executed teep push kick. And there's the fancy bit of footwork there as he gets the leg kick in, and down goes Sornchai to the canvas. So round 3 and 4 have gone the way of Chain. Chain would have a 1-point lead on this fight as we go into round 5. Sornchai needs a knockdown if he's going to rescue this encounter. Into the grapple. Watch the knees of Chain when that grapple gets put on. Referee breaks. Sornchai, last chance to knock down Chain, maybe. Grapple being put on, and in goes the knees of Chain. Well, what Sornchai needs to do is get in hard and go for a knockout punch. That's the only chance he's got against Chain. Chain using his knees. Another knee to the... Oh, there it is. Repetitious knees by Chain. And there's the worried camp of Sornchai. There's not much his handlers can do against Chain at the moment. He's really on top. Teep push kick by Chain, a man of confidence. Another teep push kick by Chain. And again by Chain, keeping Sornchai right away. And again, well, that's a quadruple teep push kicks. And Chain is really showing the signs that he's going to run out a comfortable winner of this encounter. Sornchai coming in one more time. He hasn't given up, but his technique's been out for this fight. Wild punch by Sornchai. That won't do him much good. Into the grapple, and that's where the knees help Chain. Into the final seconds of the contest. Teep push kick again by Chain. Low leg kick by Chain, and Sornchai, last chance for an upset knockout if he can do it. There goes the knees of Chain, forcing Sornchai back. And that could be it for Sornchai. There goes the bell. No doubt in my mind that Chain will run out a convincing winner of this contest. Wait for the final verdict of the judges. But it'd be some huge upset if Chain wasn't awarded this contest. There he is, the winner on points. Chain Sakamarn.